Hi everyone, my name is Audrey and welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a different type of video. I usually do wrap-ups and TBRs separately or 2-month long wrap-ups if I didn't have time to film my wrap-ups. But since I haven't done any TBR for the month, I'm going to try something very different for this month, and I'm going to do a TBR and wrap up of the same month in the same video, if that makes sense. I was very busy with work and the end of the school year and all of that stuff. I had a lot of editing to do for my students' talent show, so all of that made it kind of way too difficult for me to film my TBR for June and my May wrap up, and we're now in July and I'm trying to get all of that out, and I thought it would be more interesting if instead of filming my June wrap up by itself to film it at the same time as my June TBR, if that makes sense. So we're trying something. Roll intro.
have these thoughts I can't get out of my head. I don't know. Just thought maybe if I write them down, they came out somehow.
Making all the same mistakes that I made when I was 16. Never thought of making money's feeling more like a pipe dream. I take 2 steps forward and 1,000 back. I shouldn't take this long to get my life on track. Yeah, I swear this basement's gonna be the death of me. So I cry out with a hollow voice, and I fade into the background noise. Cold enough, is this what it feels like? To grow up not knowing how to do anything right. Had big dreams when I was 17, but I've tried and tried and tried, and I just don't think I will ever figure out how to live life. How to live life. I remember what you said, Michael, don't quit your day job. Go to college with a loan that you're never gonna pay off. I'm running out of feelings and reasons to get up in the morning. I'm dreaming, but it all turns to nightmares, and I'm scared I might not wake up. Cold enough, is this what it feels like? To grow up not knowing how to do anything right. Had big dreams when I was 17, but I've tried and tried and tried, and I just don't think I will ever figure out how to live life. How to live life. And I put up a fight, then I broke into tears. Cause you know sometimes it can hurt so bad to be alive. No matter how hard I try. Had so much to say, but no one to call. So I pulled my heart out to my full wide wall, screaming, nobody cares at all. Cold and numb, is this what it feels like? To grow up not knowing how to do anything right. Cold enough, is this what it feels like? To grow up not knowing how to do anything right. Had big dreams when I was 17, but I've tried and tried and tried, and I just don't think I will ever figure out how to live life. How to live life.
I still need to recover from another lover. Would you be here for me? Never met your parents, not even your mother. But let's see where this leads. What should we do tonight? What if this breaks your little heart in mine? What should we do tonight? Let's just find out. Pretty blue jeans and me, running through evergreen. Pretty blue jeans and me, yeah, she's what I need. I still need to recover from another lover. You're my picture perfectly. Still haven't met your parents, but we hang with your brother when he could use the company. What shall we do in me. Running through evergreen, running through evergreen, yeah. Blue jeans in me. Yeah, she's what I need.
Long hair silhouette, champagne cigarettes. I try so hard to be something I'm not. So sure I'm distressed. Blame it on the internet. I try so hard to be something I'm not. I just hope that someone else can make me stop. 'Cause I think I'm turning around, but it's time to stop pretending. Call me out, I'll be overwhelmed. And I'm sorry for not speaking up. I never share my feelings, but I finally get to be myself. I headed west, pictures at the discotheque. I try so hard to be something you want, and it's a curse or a consequence of some last line of defense.
All right, so bear with me. It was a very tough month for me, and as I said before in my intro, so we're gonna roll with it. For June, I was participating, as I always do, in the Buzzwordathon hosted by Books and Lala, and for the month of June, the buzzword was all. So for that prompt, I decided to pick up All's Well by Mona Awad. This follows a young actress who had an accident on stage, and she is now living with chronic pain. And it's a weird book. I've heard a lot about this author's weirdness in the writing. And yeah, I don't know how to categorize this book. It is adult, and we follow this character who now lives with chronic pain, and she gets a job as a professor at a university in theater studies, and she is trying to put the show All's Well That Ends Well by Shakespeare, and there's a mutiny because students do not want to put that show. And yeah, there's some weird things that are happening, and she mysteriously gets healed and doesn't have any pain anymore, and there's like weird things happening around that. So yeah, I decided to pick this one up for the buzzword. For June, I also participated in the Whatever You Want-a-thon hosted by Maddie from Books Browsing Blog. It goes on through the whole month of June. I didn't want to have a specific list of books that I wanted to read for that readathon. It's kind of complicated. You have a lot of points, and there's a lot of prompts and stuff like that, a bingo card, and there's a lot of things going on. There are teams as well to get those points and pile up. I think my team was the TBR Travelers, and yeah. So what I decided to do for my June TBR is to just take the books I had on my May TBR, roll them over in June, and then go with the flow with what's left, what I was feeling like picking up at the moment, and I was going to roll with that. But what I actually ended up reading was a total of 2 books. And I was quite disappointed with that. I was hoping and expecting myself to be reading way more than that, especially knowing that I was ahead of time with all my tasks to do for my report cards and stuff like that for my students. So I'll give you a very quick wrap up with what I actually managed to read.
Long hair silhouette, champagne, cigarettes. I try so hard to be something I'm not. So sure I'm distressed. Blame it on the internet. I try so hard to be something I'm not. I just hope that someone else can make me stop. 'Cause I think I'm turning around, but it's time to stop pretending. Call me out, I'll be overwhelmed. And I'm sorry for not speaking up. I never share my feelings, but I finally get to be myself. I headed west, pictures at the discotheque. I try so hard to be something you want, and it's a curse or a consequence of some last line of defense. I try so hard to be something you want. I just hope that someone else can make this stop. 'Cause I think I'm turning around, oh, it's time to stop pretending. Call me out, I'll be overwhelmed. And I'm sorry for not speaking up. I never share my feelings, but I'll finally get to be myself.
So the first book I read was Heartstopper Volume 1 by Alice Oseman. This is the first novel of a series. It's a graphic novel. I've heard so many amazing things about this book. I did not expect to actually buy this book. I was buying some books for my birthday, and then I just saw it in the window of the shop, and I decided to, on a whim, just pick it up. And I'm really, really glad that I did, because this is one of my new favorites. It really deserves the hype. I loved it. I read it in like under 3 hours, and I did take the time to look at the pictures and all of that stuff. And yeah, it read really quickly. The characters are amazing. I love the fact that it's only one color in the drawings. I love the drawing style, the characters, the world, and the relationship between the two characters. I think it's amazing and wonderful, and it almost made me cry. Really something special that's in this book, and I will reread this book for sure for the years to come. So I gave this one a 5 stars. And the second book I read for June was an audiobook called The End of Gender by Deborah. So this is a nonfiction about transgender and gender identity. I'm not from the LGBTQ plus communities. So I'm always really happy to learn more about stuff that I don't know much about and that I can't really relate to. And this book is written with a scientific view on the subject. So she is actually a scientist who made a lot of studies and research on sex studies, which I really appreciate, to have like more lenses on the same topic. And it helps you like have a bigger view of what the topic really is and different ways you can see it and perceive it. And that I really enjoy. I am not going to rate this book because it's a nonfiction. I'm not from that community. I don't feel like I'm entitled to put a rating to it. What I can say is that I've seen some reviews, because there are things that are said in this book that are going to make some people mad, that is very divisive, and I can understand that it's not for everyone. I still strongly recommend it though, if you want to be learning more about that subject, if you want to understand more and learn more about it, please pick it up. I think it's really worth it. Even if you don't agree with what the author is saying in her book, you can still benefit from viewing the subject through another lens. And I think that's very, very important if you want to build up your own opinion. And the chapters were structured from myths on gender and stuff like that. And each chapter was a different myth. And sometimes I felt like she was all over the place in the structure. And other people's review did say the same thing. So that's about all I can comment on. I did still really enjoy the audiobook. I think it was a good read, a tough one, and I still really recommend you pick it up. I don't think I've ever seen this book on BookTube so far. So yeah, one more new book to pick up. So that's pretty much my month of June, how it went. It wasn't that great, but still it was Pride Month, and I still read some LGBTQ plus books. Even if it was only 2 books, both of them LGBTQ+. So I'm really glad with that, and that I'm widening my books and diversity in the books I'm reading. So I'm quite happy with that. And hopefully in the second half of this year, I'll be able to read more and get back into that, because there's just so many books I want to read and I don't have the time, and it frustrates me because it's not that I'm pressuring myself to read more. I just want to read them. It's an everyday struggle. But yeah, let me know what books you've read in June. How did your reading month go? I would love to know. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!